Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and today I've got some cards to show you, which I have collected in the process of working on some sets. So these are all going to be contributions in some fashion or another to a set that I'm currently working on. So, and just to review real quickly. One of the sets is a an effort to collect a playing days card of all of the pre-war Hall of Famers. Now, as I'm sure many of you already know, there are some uh, Hall of Famers, pre-war Hall of Famers, who are not don't have any playing days cards, or at least don't have any that are uh, available to many of us for one reason or another, lack of money or lack of access or scarcity or non-existence or whatever it might be. So, uh, and I'm speaking, mainly of uh, either 19th century players or Negro League players who didn't play in the major leagues and therefore aren't part of any major league set, and just didn't have the opportunity to get their image on a playing a baseball card. So we make do the best we can in that regard. Also working on the 1940 play ball, the 1941 double play sets. Um, I had to also the 1951 Berk Ross set, and finally I gave away several of my cards from my set to Mookie Chilson because they had 1953 Bowman color with the 1953 stats penciled or inked in on the back of the card. And so I've shown you two of the three cards that I sent Mookie's way, and the third one is I'm going to show you today the replacements. So my set is once again complete. So anyway, let's start with that, and we'll turn down the camera to be able to do that and make some adjustments. And the first card, as I said, the first one I'm going to show you, and these are all in reverse chronological order. So this is the 1953 Bowman card of Cal Abrams. Cal was a outfielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, I should say, not the New York Giants. And this is card number 160, which is the last card in the color set. Um, so there we go. That's Cal Abrams. And the next card is from the Berk Ross set, And it's not a baseball card, it's a basketball card. And that, my friends, is Bill Sharman, who went on to have a Hall of Fame career with the Boston Celtics. And this is his college card from 1951, the Hit Parade of Champions. And Bill Sharman was a guard at Southern California, USC, and he was an All-American there. And here is a 1941 double play card of Dominic DiMaggio. And just a few weeks ago, I showed you the 1941 play ball card of Vince DiMaggio. And I do have some other Dominic DiMaggio cards. He was on some Top/Bowman cards, and in the 50s. So and also depicted as Frank. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Pytlak, who was if memory served me correctly, was a catcher. Yeah. And this is card number 107 and 108. Moving on to the 1940 play ball set. This is Hall of Famer Charlie Gehringer, the Detroit Tigers. And it is card number 41. Next is card number 76, and this is Lonnie, again, Fry. If anybody knows, please let me know down below what the correct pronunciation is. And just notice the 1939 pennant symbol. Lonnie was let's double check here, second baseman with the Cincinnati Reds. And of course, the 39 Cincinnati Reds won the National League pennant before losing to the New York Yankees, who were the American League pennant winners. And this is card number 76. Next is card number 77 of Bill Hirschberger. And this is depicting Bill in the batting pose. He also played for the pennant-winning Cincinnati Reds. This is card number 77, and Bill was a catcher. Next is card number 89, and this is William or Bill Jurgis, or Jurgis. Again, I'm not 100% sure who to or how to pronounce his name, but anyway, Bill is a shortstop with the New York Giants. Next is card number 91, outfielder Robert Ira Seeds, nicknamed Suitcase, which is normally given to a player who gets traded a lot. So I'm sure that was probably the case with Suitcase Seeds. card number 91. Suitcase was an outfielder with the New York Giants in 1940. Next is not card number 92, Burgess Whitey Whitehead. And Whitey was an infielder with the New York Giants, and this is card number 92. Next is card number 94, August Gus Suhr, S-U-H-R. You're making a defensive play, leaping into the air. Gus was a first baseman with the Philadelphia Phillies. And with card number 94, I am one card shy of completing the first 100 cards in the, two cards shy of completing the first 100 cards. And those two cards are, wait a minute. Again, I'm going to apologize again. Just one card shy of the first 100 cards, I think. Let me just double check. I think I'm also missing Mo Berg, and I think maybe he is card number, I want to say maybe card number 30 in the play ball set. I'll just confirm that right here, right now. No, it's not card number 30, that's Bill Dickey. No, it isn't. It is Mo Berg. I was looking at 39. So, yeah, and the other one that I don't have is card number 90, or 82 rather, which is Hank Gowdy. I have purchased an example of that card, but it apparently has gotten lost in the mail because it hasn't arrived yet, and it's been over a month. Next is card number 102, which is a card of Chuck Klein, and he is here pictured as an outfielder with the Philadelphia Phillies. And that's Chuck Klein. Next is card number 112, James Brown, or Jimmy Brown. Either way, he's got a very famous name, but I don't think he quite lived up to either one of those in terms of his talent, either as a singer or as a football player, lacrosse player. So that's this Jimmy Brown, card number 112. Jimmy was a infielder with the St. Louis Cardinals. Next is Arthur Fletcher, card number 125. And Arthur is a New York Yankees coach. Next is Travis Jackson, who was a coach with the New York Giants. Travis was from Waldo, Arkansas, and perhaps that's the connection with Stonewall Jackson. Stonewall Jackson was born in what is now West Virginia. At least he's thought to have been born in West Virginia, and was a professor at Virginia Military Institute. But was a Confederate general in the Civil War. He got his nickname from another general, a Confederate general, Bernard B., who was from Georgia at the Battle of First Bull Run or First Manassas. And he was trying to exhort his brigade or division or whatever it was to rally and take up the fight again. He supposedly said, "There stands Jackson like a stone wall. Rally behind the Virginians." So that was how he got his nickname. He was later killed at the Battle of Chancellorsville when he was shot by one of his own soldiers by mistake, obviously. General Robert E. Lee was said to have, upon hearing the news that Jackson had lost his right arm, or his left arm, he said, "Jackson has lost his left arm, but I have lost my right arm." So he thought very highly of General Jackson. This is Hans Lobert, or Hans Lobert. He was sometimes known as Little Hans, and he got that name from Honus Wagner, who was also known as Big Hans when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Honus Wagner, was a very affable, outgoing personality, very friendly. And when Hans Lobert came to the Pirates, one of the first players to greet him was Honus Wagner. And he said, "Well, my name is Hans." And so he said, "So we're going to call you Little Hans, and I'll be Big Hans." This is a story that was told in the book Glory of Our Times by Lawrence Ritter. And the story was told by Hans Lobert in his own voice and his own words, which is, if you have a audio recording of the book, you'll know that much of the book consists of interviews with older players. Those interviews took place in the 60s when many of them had were of advanced age or had passed away already. And so Ritter decided he was going to embark on a campaign to talk to as many of these fellows as he could. And Hans Lobert was one of them. So there's his baseball card. He was listed as a coach with the Phillies at this time, but he was obviously much older than that. Next is card number 162 of Joseph Joe Bowman. And Joe was a pitcher with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The last card I'm going to show you is an SGC Authentic card with evidence of trimming, and you'll be able to see the evidence for yourself. There's no question about it, it's trimmed. But it's otherwise a very good likeness, a picture of Grover Cleveland Alexander. And this completes my collection of the top 5 Hall of Fame pitchers, which includes Cy Young, Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson, the aforementioned Grover Cleveland Alexander, and the only post-war pitcher and the only left-handed pitcher that group of 5, Warren Spahn. Spahn won 363 games, only 10 less than Grover Cleveland Alexander or Christy Mathewson, either one. They both had 373. Walter Johnson had 417. And of course, Walter had 100 shutouts. Now, it's unlikely that any pitcher is going to have 100 complete games, let alone 100 shutouts. So anyway, this is part of my collection of pre-war Hall of Famers. So added to a pre-war Hall of Famer at a very modest price. And so I'm happy to have this card, even in its trimmed condition. And I may pick up another example here and there. There are some cards that are not terribly expensive. There's some, W500 series cards that are really drawings, which have been colorized. There are some black and white cards like this. This is an American Caramel Company card. And on the back, you can see there. This is from although it says 1922, I think it is 1922. I think they made a set in 1921. Which is also considered an E121 card. And that card set had 80 pictures, and in that one, there was a card of Grover Cleveland Alexander in that 80 card set, but he's actually has already completed his throw and still is in the pose of having delivered the ball to the home plate or to the catcher. I like the guy looks like he might be passed out in the I don't know what that is, bullpen maybe, who can tell. So this is the last card that I have to show you, and I've got some other cards that